Now at 5, 2 women hurt from rocks thrown onto a San Antonio highway. Police are investigating 2 cases where rocks were thrown from the New Braunfels Avenue overpass onto I-37. These are pictures of the damage it caused to the vehicles. One woman was sent to the hospital. Another family was not hurt. But many are concerned about safety on the busy highway. Eyewitness News reporter Troy Kless is answering community concerns.
Along one stretch of highway, 2 similar stories. A cinder block smashing a windshield sent one woman to the hospital. A month later, Gloria Edwards' window smashed, the roof dented.
All my glasses was broke, so I cannot even see right.
After learning about the first incident, Gloria and her husband Ben think this is not a coincidence.
Same day, last month, and same kind of situation. So this is somebody that is doing this.
Edwards' sister in the passenger seat was okay. The prior victim is still recovering. After KENS 5 broke this story, our viewers offered some solutions online.
Many people commented suggesting that there should be cameras in the area. Well, there is. There are 2 here that are managed by TxDOT, and there are also some traffic cameras here at the intersection of the off-ramp in New Braunfels Avenue.
The city's Public Works Department says these cameras only saved the previous 30 minutes of video. TxDOT's cameras are for live monitoring only. TxDOT would be responsible for installing fences on the overpass, but a representative says there are no plans for that right now. San Antonio police are investigating, but according to a report, when police arrived, a suspect was not at the location when the first incident occurred. The Edwards are hoping whoever might be doing this can put a stop to it.
Why would you want to do that? Just love your brothers and sisters.
Troy Kless, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.